Did you hear that silence? That was the sound of an $18 billion lie collapsing in real time. Yesterday, at 9:15 p.m., a secret recording from a closed-door Senate hearing was leaked to the dark web. By 9:30, it was on Bloomberg. By 10, the Asian markets were in freefall. The man speaking in that recording is Marcus Webb, the head of operations for the COMEX. And he just admitted on the record, under penalty of perjury, that the world's largest silver exchange is running a Ponzi scheme. They told us they had 286 million ounces. They have 31 million. They told us your investment was safe. They lied. For 50 years, they have been selling you paper. They have been selling you air. They have been selling you a promise that they knew they could never keep. And yesterday, the promise broke. If you have money in the bank, if you have a retirement account, or if you own physical silver, you need to listen to every word I'm about to say. Because the financial world you lived in yesterday morning, it doesn't exist anymore. Apple has stopped production. Solar factories are declaring force majeure. And the banks that bet against silver, they are technically insolvent as of this morning. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is the arithmetic of collapse. Welcome back to Veiled Wealth. Today is the day the vaults went empty. To understand the chaos happening outside your window right now, we have to go back 72 hours. This didn't start with a leak. It started with a signature. On Inauguration Day, while the cameras were focused on the parades and the speeches, President Trump signed Executive Order 1402. Most analysts ignored it. They thought it was routine paperwork. But buried in paragraph 14, subsection C, was a command that scared the life out of Wall Street. It read, "The Department of Treasury shall conduct an immediate, unannounced physical audit of all strategic metal reserves held in United States bonded warehouses." Unannounced. That is the key word. Usually bank audits are scheduled months in advance. The banks have time to move metal around, to lease it from London, to make the vaults look full. It's a shell game. But this time, they had zero warning. Tuesday morning, January 21st, 8:00 a.m., a team of 40 Treasury auditors, accompanied by federal marshals, descended on the COMEX vault facilities in New York and Delaware. The official COMEX inventory report, the document that the entire global economy uses to price silver, stated clearly that there should be 286 million ounces of registered silver sitting in those vaults. That is the collateral backing billions of dollars in derivatives. By 2:00 p.m. Tuesday, the auditors had finished their count, and the result was catastrophic. They didn't find 286 million ounces. They found 31 million ounces. Let that number sink into your soul. 255 million ounces of silver are missing. At current market prices, that is over $18 billion of wealth that was sold, traded, leveraged, and insured that simply does not exist. When the audit numbers hit the White House, the panic was immediate. By 3:00 p.m. yesterday, the Senate Banking Committee convened an emergency closed-door session. They sealed the doors. They confiscated phones. But in Washington, nothing stays secret forever. I have transcribed the full leaked audio. Let me take you into that room. Senator Elizabeth Warren, the chair of the subcommittee, looked Marcus Webb in the eye. She didn't scream. She spoke with a terrifying calmness. She asked, "Mr. Webb, the auditors found 31 million ounces. Your report says 286 million. Where's the metal?" Webb turned to his lawyers. For 2 full minutes, they whispered. Then Marcus Webb turned back to the microphone and gave an answer that will be studied in history books. He said, "Senator, the reporting system operates on a fractional reserve methodology. The figures we report include metal that is allocated across multiple ownership structures. Do you speak banker? Let me translate that for you." He admitted that they count the same bar of silver 5, 6, maybe 10 times. He admitted that if 10 people think they own a specific bar of silver, the exchange tells all 10 of them, "Yes, it's yours." Senator John Kennedy from Louisiana interrupted him. He asked, "Mr. Webb, I'm a simple man. I'm asking you a yes or no question. Did you sell silver you do not have?" And then the room went silent, and Webb whispered, "Yes." He continued, "We currently hold sufficient physical inventory to meet approximately 11% of current open interest obligations." 11%. That is the number you need to remember. That means 89% of the market is imaginary. That means for every 100 investors who think they have silver, 89 of them are holding a lottery ticket for a prize that doesn't exist. The leak hit the internet at 9:15 p.m. The reaction was not panic. It was a massacre. By 9:45 p.m., silver futures on the electronic markets spiked from 73 to 89. That is a 22% move in 30 minutes. The CME group triggered the emergency circuit breakers. They halted trading. They literally pulled the plug on the machine because the algorithm could not calculate the price of infinite demand versus zero supply. But the paper market is just a distraction. The real story is what happened in the physical world. In Singapore, reports started coming out at 2 a.m. Major bullion dealers stopped selling. They put up out-of-stock notices on everything. The few who were selling were demanding premiums of 60% above spot. In Shanghai, the Shanghai Gold Exchange opened limit up. China knows. China has been hoarding physical metal while the West traded paper. They smelled blood in the water. The industrial crisis. And this is where it affects your daily life. This morning at 6 a.m., Germany's largest solar manufacturers declared force majeure. They canceled all deliveries. Why? No silver paste. Bloomberg reported that Apple has suspended production at 2 iPhone assembly plants in Shenzhen. No silver, no soldering. No soldering, no iPhones. And a source inside Raytheon told Defense News that production of guidance systems for the Tomahawk missile has been paused. This is not a stock market crash. This is a supply chain heart attack. Silver is the most electrically conductive element on the periodic table. Without it, the modern world stops. No electronics, no solar, no EV batteries, no missiles. And we just found out that the world's stockpile is empty. But here's the part that should terrify you. This isn't just about iPhones. This is about the banking system itself. We talk about the death bag on veiled wealth all the time. This is the nickname for the 4 major bullion banks that have been shorting silver for decades. According to the data, these banks are short roughly 215 million ounces of silver. Do the math with me. They owe 215 million ounces. The vault has 31 million ounces. They are short 184 million ounces of metal that simply does not exist. At $73 per ounce, they were underwater. But at the true market price, the price that silver is trading at on the black market right now, which is closer to $150, their exposure is $27 billion. No bank has that kind of liquidity for a single commodity trade. If they try to cover their shorts, they have to buy metal, but there is no metal to buy. This is a short squeeze of biblical proportions. One of these major banks is going to fail. It is a mathematical certainty. And when they fail, they will drag the clearinghouses down with them. So where does this leave us? President Trump has a press conference scheduled for 2 p.m. today. He's going to stand at that podium. He's going to tell you that strategic reserves are secure. He's going to talk about market stability. Do not listen to the words. Look at the reality. He cannot print silver. He cannot tweet silver into existence. The trust is broken. Here is what is going to happen next, and here is what you need to do. Number 1, the cash settlement. If you own paper silver SLV, futures contracts, unallocated accounts, you're in the danger zone. The exchange is going to declare force majeure. They will not give you silver. They will force you to accept a cash settlement at yesterday's price. You will lose 50% of your purchasing power instantly. My advice, get out of paper. Now. Number 2, the physical decoupling. The price of physical silver is about to detach from the fake spot price. Price A, the fake government price, 80.90. Price B, the real street price, 200 plus. If you own physical silver coins, bars, junk silver, do not sell. Do not sell for 100. Do not sell for 150. You are holding the only asset that has zero counterparty risk in a system that is defaulting. Number 3, the miners. When the world realizes they cannot get metal, they will buy the mines. Companies like Tekla, Kerr, First Majestic, these stocks are about to re-rate. When silver hits $150, their profits will be astronomical. January 22nd, 2026. Remember this date. This is the day the music stopped. This is the day the world realized that the infinite supply was a lie. The 11% confession is not just a scandal, it is the end of an era. The era of paper manipulation is dead. The era of physical reality has begun. The window to protect yourself is closing. It might be measured in hours, not days. Check your portfolio. Check your vaults. Make sure you own things that are real. I will be live streaming the president's press conference later today. Make sure your notifications are on. You do not want to miss the spin they try to put on this. This is veiled wealth. The truth has been revealed. The vault is empty. Protect yours.